Today on Saturday Sound Guy, I show you how to make an arrow sound effect. With the obsession that Hollywood has in archers, I wanted to try my hand at this sound effect. So let's jump in. This sound was tricky because it seems like it goes by really quick, but it really comes in 4 very distinct parts: the bow, the whistle, the flight, and then the impact. The first sound is actually the only sound you would actually hear, and it's the release of the string of the bow. It sounds like this. Sounds just like it should. That's where the realism of this sound stops. Arrows don't really sound like this. In fact, they make very little noise at all, but the sound is incredibly dull without something between the release and the impact. To get the whistling sound, I took the end of a pin that had a small hole in the end and taped it to a string and then a battery to give it some weight. This made a whistle that reminded me of what I hear in movies like The Lord of the Rings or Robin Hood. I've got 2 passes of this whistle with slightly different pitches. In addition to that, I've added a whoosh made by a plastic slotted spoon, which sounds like this. And the 3 together sound like this. Now for the flight. This sound has a lot of very distinct whooshes, and I recorded most of these whooshes in a previous episode, so if you're interested, check the card. This first one is made by an arrow with the fletching out. It sounds like this. The next one is perhaps my favorite. It's a ukulele. It gives more of a lower frequency to the sound that I love, and it sounds like this. And the last was made with a slingshot. A penny or a washer, when shot from a slingshot, spins end over end, and when it passes the microphone, it makes this sound. And the 3 of those together sound like this. So we have the release of the bow, the whistle, the flight. Now we just need an impact. Now a common punch sound effect is based on this sound. Whacking a head of lettuce covered with a wet towel with a stick. That gives us the thud of the impact. There needs to be some brittle sound as well, something to mimic bone breaking or the arrow being stressed or something like that. So here is the sound of some celery being snapped in half. And last, I wanted to add a little gore. So I have the smallest bit of juice from a track labeled Spaghetti Jello that I recorded for a previous project. And the 3 together make up the impact sound. Then we put them all together, do a little panning, and we have our sound. The bow, plus the whistle, plus the flight, and then finally the impact. And there you have it. I hope you found that helpful or interesting. One of the things that I learned was to compartmentalize the sounds into sections and then work to piece them together like I've shown here. And if you have any other ideas on how you could make a sound effect like this, please leave them in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jimmy Hepworth, your Saturday Sound Guy. Thanks for watching. If you have a sound effect you'd like me to try, go ahead and leave me a note in the comments section down below.